Hey again, this is Curtis at Tomato.Pictures, and today I want to introduce you to my white currant tomato. It's a really awesome tomato. The thing about this tomato is, and it's an heirloom tomato, you know, I grow 99.9% heirlooms. Or sometimes 100%. I'm not really interested in other kinds of tomatoes. Tomatoes that are genetically modified. I'm not interested in those. So this is my white currant, and it's an awesome tomato. This here is one of the tomatoes I think is on my top 5 list for the sweetest tomatoes I've ever tasted. And I would say easily it's in the top 3. It can even be number 1. It's really sweet. Thing is though, you have to catch it at the right time. And also it has to be grown in good sunlight. The thing is, sometimes when it's not in sun, it may not appear to be that sweet. But if it's grown in sufficient sunlight, as this plant can literally do sun or no sun. It's so prolific. If it gets a little bit of sun each day, an hour or two, it'll still do good. That's the kind of plant it is. It's a great plant for container, but it must get sun for you to experience that sweetness that I'm talking about. It's one of the sweetest tomatoes I've ever tasted, to the point where sometimes it doesn't even taste like a tomato. It tastes like a berry, if you ask me. And I grow these. It's a favorite for if you are a farmer, or if you're a vendor in a farmer's market, or if you sell tomatoes, I should say, or if you have a booth, or if you're interested in growing tons and tons of tomatoes for whatever reason. This is a tomato. If you're just an average farmer or an average gardener, that you have a backyard garden and you want to grow 1 or 2 or 10 tomato plants, you only need one of these, because this thing produces until the frost kills it. There's no need to grow 20 of these or even 5 of these, because they vine very heavily. Tall vines that if you don't stake them, usually I don't really stake them, I let them go, and they can travel 15 feet. I kid you not. I have tomatoes that are vines from these white currant tomatoes that are vine on the ground 15 feet. When I lift the vine and I trace it back to the root, I'm like, I can't believe it's like a pumpkin. So that's the kind of plant it is. It's very hardy, if not the hardiest tomato that I've ever grown. It doesn't really die because of diseases. I haven't seen that. It just goes out on its own time. So it's a really good tomato. Expect to have a lot of volunteer babies next year in your garden. That's what this tomato does. If you're not into weeding a lot, this is probably not the tomato for you, because you are going to get tons and tons of volunteers. As a matter of fact, all of these tomatoes here came from volunteers from my garden last year. I didn't have to replant them. I never have to replant them. There's so many grow on the floor and on the ground, and I just watch them, and I know the leaf, the foliage. I know what it looks like, and sometimes I may just take them and move them to another spot, or sometimes I just leave them where they're at. But this here is my white currant tomato. It's an awesome heirloom, sweet, extremely prolific, long vine. If you're into sweet tomatoes, it's great. I eat it like that mostly, but I also put it in salad. It's great in salads. And if you're a seed saver, tons of seeds, give it a shot. It's a white currant tomato, and I have seeds also available. Check it out. And thanks for watching. This is Curtis at Tomato.Pictures. I'm introducing you to my white currant. I hope you try them sometime. Get some seeds from me, and I will appreciate it. And have a good gardening day. It's September 2nd here, 2014, and I'm just about to get out in the yard and harvest some more tomatoes so I can get some seeds. And I hope you get out and do some gardening. Introduce someone to the garden today. It's awesome. Maybe a kid. Changed my life forever when it happened to me, and maybe you can change someone's life, or just make their life more meaningful by introducing them to the garden. So have a wonderful day, and I'll see you soon.